Hello and welcome everyone to day 4. I'm so grateful that you have said yes to this. I really appreciate having this collective consciousness come together. Every time a group comes together and is focusing on an energetic framework together, there is, even if we're not in the same room, even if we're not talking to each other every day, there is this community. And so I hope that you've been able to tap into that and to feel into it. There's a group here with you for the next couple of weeks. And there's something really comforting and supportive about that. I have had quite the turbulent week. I've had a lot of ups and downs. And it's so funny because I'm really chuckling at life, how I launched this journey on Tuesday, today's Friday, and so much has happened in the last few days. Some really tough things, some things that have really been emotionally tough for me. And right now I'm on a little getaway with my husband in a beautiful spot for a 10-year anniversary getaway. And so life is all about duality. And when we learn how to navigate the tough times and in a really present and embodied perspective, and really celebrate the good things in a really deep way, there's such a rich tapestry to life that is available to us. And so many people on this planet haven't learned, don't know how, or don't choose to lean into this. And when we try to keep ourselves safe, emotionally safe and energetically safe, we miss out on that rich tapestry. We are afraid to celebrate the good things because we think, well, either we don't want to be we don't want to be boasting too much, or we're worried that if we celebrate, then the other shoe's going to drop. And we are afraid to feel the feelings of the difficult things because we have stories about the wrongness of it. Instead of us just seeing it as it's life and this is how life plays out, we have all these stories about if I'm feeling something uncomfortable or if something difficult's happened to me, then something is wrong. And it's the wrongness that we attach to it that locks it in place, that doesn't allow us to move through it. There is an intelligence to the emotions. And when we can learn to be with the emotions, to feel the feelings, we actually unlock the intelligence and we release the medicine. There's intelligence and there's medicine in the feelings. So whether you're going through something this week or you might be in the future, remember that there's intelligence and there's medicine in the feelings. And what I've come to see and notice in my life is that when I can allow myself to just feel them, as tough or as uncomfortable as it might be, just feel them, it moves through quicker. Emotions are energy in motion. It moves through quicker. It releases the intelligence, releases the medicine, and we move through it to see what's on the other side, which is often far greater than what we've experienced in the past. We are afraid of disappointment, so we keep ourselves safe. We are afraid of putting ourselves out there because we don't want to be disappointed with what might be there. We're afraid of the uncomfortable feelings. And what we're doing in these 21 days is we're looking at, okay, what is your intention? What are your intentions? And can we find a way to be really comfortable in going through the journey? That's why it's a journey. There are ups and downs, there are bumps on the road, it's a journey. And when we can learn to just be with everything that comes our way, allow life to show to us the path and say, okay, yes, life, I see what you're doing here. I got you. I see what you're doing, which is what happened to me this week. There's just something really rich and incredible that we step into. And that's what I deeply desire for every single one of you. I just want to anchor in what we've covered so far in the prior days. We've talked a lot about the observer. So bringing that up into your consciousness, into your awareness in this moment as a reminder, as you go through your day, as you're living your life, begin to strengthen that observer. So you're living life and you're also observing life at the same time. This took me time to really to embody. And I've been doing it for so long, I'm more used to it, but I still slip out and live life without that consciousness and awareness. Inviting you to begin to notice as much as you can. Oh yeah, this is happening. Okay. From a very neutral place. It's not about knowing or understanding what's happening. It's about observing it. There's a wisdom, there's an intelligence that can be revealed to you as you strengthen this observer within you. And you claim back, this is how you claim back your power. The other thing we talked about is the identity of who you are becoming through the journey. There is who you are now. There's the intentions ahead of you, and there's the journey towards it. And it requires you becoming a different person. And so there is a transformation that happens within. We're not conscious of it, but when we allow ourselves to be present with all of it, to be willing to go through the journey, we allow ourselves to become the person that can have, that can receive, that can hold everything that comes with those desires. I wanted to talk to you today about suspending belief a bit and reminding you that there's more to life than what we see. I'll give you an example of color. Scientifically, we as humans only have, I think it's 3 color receptors. Some animals have 16. And scientifically, they've proven that there is an infinite number of colors, even beyond the 16. So colors we can't even imagine. So think about that for a second. There's colors that we can't even imagine. There's the colors that we know about, and there's all the shades within those colors. But imagine that animals can see, 16 times more colors than we can. I guess it wouldn't be 16, but we won't do the math there. But they could see so many more colors that we can't see. So there's colors that exist that we can't see. And then even beyond what these animals can see that we can't, there's more colors beyond that. We can't even imagine. Even if we tried to imagine a new color, it would be extremely difficult just to even imagine one new color. So they say that visible light makes up less than 0.1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. So more than 99.9% of the spectrum is completely invisible to the human eye. And when you do that when you look at it scientifically as it relates to sound, it's the exact same thing. There's an infinite spectrum of sound that our ear can't hear, which anchors in the truth that there's so much more that we can't see than what we can see. And yet we place all of our attention on what we can see, and we make it the truth. So inviting you with this awareness, with this contemplation, just to start the contemplation, there's so much to life we don't see. And we don't know what it is that exists, and we won't know what it is that exists. That's part of the mystery in life. But anchoring in that knowledge that there's so much else there that we can't see. What's in the physical reality is dense energetically, so we can touch it. And it means that when it's dense, it's on the lower vibrational scale. All of the energetics that are available to us that we cannot see, feel, touch, they're higher vibration. So that's why we hear high vibe, which unfortunately gets completely misused. But it's higher vibration, meaning it's more ethereal. It's less tactile. I really want to invite you to anchor in this contemplation of all that we can't see within life. I'm asking you to suspend your belief here. I don't know how much you've contemplated this prior. Because when we start to contemplate, we allow our truth to come into our consciousness. So I have a lot of beliefs today that might change tomorrow about what exists beyond what I can see and hear and feel and touch. And those can and are likely quite different from what you believe. And for me, it's an evolution. What I believed a year ago or 5 years ago about what I can't see and feel and touch is very different than where I'm at today. And it'll, like I said, it'll be different in 5 years. I truly, truly fundamentally believe that we all have our own truths around our knowing of what exists. There are some constant themes that we see when people have had near-death experiences, etc. There's some constant themes of truths that we can all tap into. But our experience of it is extremely unique. And the reason that I'm inviting you to contemplate this today is because I do want to dive in a little deeper into the energetic conversation as we move forward. And this is all energetics. There is possibility, there is potential, there is intelligence that is available to us that we can tap into, that can completely transform our experience in life. I'll invite you in this moment to just take a deep breath, breathing into the belly, rib cage, chest, and exhaling. Breathing into the belly, rib cage, chest, and exhaling. And if you're able to close your eyes, I invite you to do that. If you're driving or otherwise occupied, no worries. Inviting you just to contemplate right now the intelligence that exists between trees. There's a whole web of intelligence that exists between trees. That is a representation of an intelligence that is available to us in all dimensions. Botanical life, the creatures underwater, the creatures above water, human beings. Contemplating the intelligence, that intelligent web of life. We're bringing it into our awareness simply to anchor in the truth. The intelligence of life. And if you research about it as it relates to trees, the way they communicate under the earth, it's fascinating. And it's a representation of what's available to us. There's an intelligent web that we can tap into. Just anchoring that in, the intelligence of trees, the intelligence of the botanical life, the intelligence of the minerals, the intelligence of Mother Nature, of all of the creatures underwater, all of the creatures above water, the birds, that you are a part of. And in this moment, inviting you to again consider your intention. Choose one intention. Inviting you to imagine how you will feel when you experience, when you receive, when you hold the actualization of that intention. How does that feel in your body? How does that feel? Notice where you feel it in your body. Notice the emotion, the feeling. Be with it. Notice it. Be with it. Allow it to expand. Expanding in your body, expanding beyond your body. And if it slips away, no big deal. Come back in. Become aware of your intention. Be aware of the feelings of the emotion upon the actualization. Feel it in your body and repeat. Expanding it in your body and allowing that feeling, that emotion to expand beyond your body. Just notice how far you're willing to allow it to expand. And there's no wrongness. Maybe you don't feel it expanding beyond your body at this point in time. Or maybe it goes all the way through the universe. There's no right or wrong here. We're strengthening a muscle. And I will leave you with that today. I'll leave you holding it. Just notice how long you can hold it today. And as you go through your day and are occupied with other things, consider again the observer. Consider again the intelligence, the intelligent web of life. And consider again this energetic, emotional embodiment of the actualization, the receiving, the holding, the having of your intention. Sending you so much love for the day, and we will talk tomorrow. Bye.